Welcome to Wrestle Nights. We're here for the final WWE Raw episode leading up to Survivor Series, WarGames. As WarGames remains the focal point of this pay-per-view, the management scheduled one representative from each men's team to compete for the coveted entry advantage on Saturday night. Additionally, Monday's episode featured matchups such as Gable taking on Shinsuke Nakamura, Raquel Rodriguez facing off against Nia Jax, and a showdown between Becky Lynch and Ciali. Lastly, Drew McIntyre took the spotlight to discuss his actions from the previous week and his current status with the Judgment Day. Let's take a look at everything that went down on Monday night. The Raw episode commenced with a brief video package before featuring Drew McIntyre in the ring. Despite the crowd's boos, he asserted that everyone must listen to him. The Scottish wrestler declared that anyone who had abandoned him was never a true fan to begin with, expressing indifference toward those fans. He went on to mock Jey Uso for never offering apologies to those he wronged during his time with the Bloodline. Drew McIntyre clarified that he wasn't aligning with the Judgment Day. However, Rhea Ripley presented him with an opportunity to face Jey inside a cage, and he expressed his intention to seize that chance. Jey Uso emerged to offer a response, but the Judgment Day appeared behind McIntyre to offer their support. As tensions escalated, Jey's WarGames team also joined the fray. This week featured a clash of powerhouses as Jax and Rodriguez went head-to-head in a singles match. Jax's size initially provided her with an advantage, allowing her to assert control early on. Engaging in some trash talk, Jax dominated until Rodriguez mounted a comeback, ultimately sending Jax out of the ring with a powerful shoulder tackle. Jax regained control, targeting the back of her opponent. Despite Rodriguez's attempts, she struggled to lift Jax onto her shoulders due to the sustained damage. Seizing the opportunity, Jax capitalized on Rodriguez's inability to execute a powerbomb and secured the victory with her finishing move. Result was Nia Jax defeated Raquel Rodriguez. Becky Lynch vs. Ciali. Prior to stepping into the cage at WarGames, Lynch had some personal matters to address with Lee on Monday. NXT Women's Champion Lyra Valkyria was in the audience, keeping a close eye on Lee as they are currently embroiled in a feud. The match kicked off with Lee initially taking control, but a strategic takedown from Lynch reversed the momentum, putting the man in charge until her opponent regained the upper hand leading into the break. Upon the show's return, Lynch exhibited signs of a comeback. The two competitors exchanged several impactful moves and near falls before the man ultimately secured the victory with a manhandle slam, keeping Lee down for the 3-count. Lee having feuds on both Raw and NXT at the same time is a big step up from not being on TV at all for most of 2023. WWE brought back the lightning graphics for the Chinese star's entrance, which was great to see. It was one of the only cool AR graphics the company has used. Whatever Lee was trying to do when she was swinging Lynch around on her shoulders probably wasn't what we actually saw. It looked like something got messed up, but it's hard to tell what she was intending to do. Gable vs. Shinsuke Nakamura. The Miz and Gunther engaged in an in-ring segment to exchange verbal jabs and intensify their feud for the Intercontinental title. After an extended exchange of words, the A-lister concluded the segment by delivering a low blow and executing his finisher on the champion. Following that, the spotlight shifted to Nakamura facing off against Gable. In recent weeks, the artist had been systematically dismantling members of Alpha Academy, prompting the group's leader to step up and assert his authority. Gable utilized his amateur wrestling skills to take Nakamura down multiple times at the onset of the match. Although Control exchanged hands a few times, the Olympian dictated the pace during the initial half of the contest. Nakamura got in more offense during the second half, but Gable was still the one who seemed to be in control most of the time. The artist ended up getting the win, but it wasn't with the Kinshasa. He had to use a pinning combination to beat Gable, so there may be one more encounter in their future. Drew McIntyre vs. Jey Uso. The main event of this week's show had significant implications for which men's team would secure the advantage heading into WarGames this weekend. Simultaneously, McIntyre aimed to vent his frustrations by targeting Jey Uso. As they locked eyes, Jey initiated the confrontation by landing the first shot, sparking an exchange of right hands. In a surprising turn, Uso gained the upper hand following the striking duel, but McIntyre secured the first near fall with an impactful back elbow. The match unfolded with both competitors trading control multiple times, introducing uncertainty and preventing the outcome from becoming too predictable. Despite initial expectations, this was entertaining, but it didn't feel like a main event for some reason. It felt like it would have been better in the middle of the show, but the problem is nothing else on the card would fit better in this spot. The Scottish Warrior kept talking about how he wanted to take out Uso for good, but he wrestled this match like he would any other, so the feeling of personal animosity never hit as hard as it should have. McIntyre got a surprisingly clean win with the Future Shock DDT instead of his usual Claymore kick. The show ended with the two WarGames teams fighting around the ring. Cody Rhodes revealed that the final member of their group will be Randy Orton with some obvious context clues. The result was Drew McIntyre defeated Jey Uso.